Okay, once again, ladies and gentlemen, same day, just different timing of the video. Just had to check to see if I had enough storage on here to fully do a 15-minute video, if that's how long the video takes. Once again, shout out, God bless the United States of America. Again, you can hear me shouting the United States of America out in one of my previous songs off one of my previous albums. I think it was Next Generation or something like that. And I don't mean the one off of I don't mean the one off of Break the Internet. It's the one, I'm pretty sure it's the one off of, I don't know what song I did it in, but I know I was shouting out the United States of America. So once again, yeah, shout out, God bless the United States of America. God bless America. But as I was saying in the previous video, just to let y'all know how things are, it's just like I say, the job market. I'm just saying one of the top biggest things you have to realize, at least from my point of view, is that we can all succeed in anything. Everything we want to. You just have to have the passion, the motive, the drive, and to do it. And like I say, as my teacher, Ms. Davis, today was talking about, the job market to us and the importance of a high school diploma, I didn't really get a ton of my viewpoints out, but, it's reserved for her to be talking anyway, She was an active teacher there. Point I'm trying to make here. It's just the fact being, like I say, for me, all these kids are geniuses. One of the top reasons why I came back is to keep telling every kid that you are a genius. You are a brilliant, young-minded person. You have a lot of potential, and you will, God first, once they're unashamed, accomplish a lot of great things in your lifetime. And you just have to believe in yourself and believe in your talents and your abilities. And you'd be like, Nate, you should be more motivational speaker. Yeah, I've been getting that for like the last 2 years. Thank you very much, by the way, if you were to have ever thought that about me. Because in many ways, I'm very, very smart. I've been acknowledged that, and it's just like I say, I have just to thank my faith for all of it when it comes to me being a very smart person. Because my faith, like I told my good friend Rosemary today, because she was asking me about my positivity and asking me how she just she wishes she could be that positive, and a lot of people have told me the same thing. Like I say, it's just all my faith. It's what my faith has been teaching me over the past, I would say, 4, 5, 6, 7 years of my life. It's been my faith teaching me through just living life and listening and studying how people talk and stuff like that, how people act. So that is what has generated my smarts, my faith, and my faith working through my life when it comes to, again, me just going out there living life, seeing how people do, talk, act, and so forth and so forth. And like I say, and that is one of the top reasons why I came back this year as a fifth-year senior, to let every young kid out there know that you have potential, you are smart, you are brilliant, and you're going to accomplish a lot of great things in your lifetime. You just have to believe in yourself and own it, so forth and so forth. Like I said before in other previous videos, I was told, a lot of people didn't want me to come back. They didn't. But only problem is, the way I look at it, you have to examine yourself and your motives, and examine their motives, and examine what are they doing in their life to make them so qualified to even talk to you in certain cases and give you advice. At least that's just my methods of operation with it. Not saying you should copy it, but that's just my methods of operation when it comes to certain things. And it's just the fact being that even if some people aren't qualified to talk, I'm telling you, if you're not qualified to talk, please make sure, if people are still willing to listen to you, and you're not qualified, a key thing, please make sure that what you're saying still makes some sense and still relatable, and they can agree with it. Because if you're not qualified to talk, and then once you still get your opportunity to talk, and then you mess it up, you might lose a lot of credibility, a lot of respect, and people might not ever want to hear from you again. So you got to definitely, again, be careful of what you're saying, what you're doing, make sure you're qualified. And even if you're not qualified, make sure that what you're about to say to that person is very smart and makes sense and something that's very relatable and they can, get on board with, so forth and so forth. So again, the time currently is 5:31 on August 29th, I believe, 2017. Again, shout out to everybody to FCA tomorrow, by the way. Again, I'm going to start making more appearances this year. Don't know when, but I will start making more appearances. But again, thank you to everybody who continuously asks me every single week, or pretty much every single week. Because that's one of the top reasons why I made the song called Kelly's Tribute from my good friend named Kelly, who last year, towards the end of last year, was encouraging me, again, like pretty much every day, every week about SCA and to come, and so on and so forth. So I made that song for her, and so on and so forth. And I'm so very blessed and gifted to be her friend and to be a lot of other people's friends and know a lot of other people. Because again, once you start, there's a fly in here, by the way. But again, once you start to get to know certain people and talk to certain people, because again, I got a lot of friends, and I'm so very proud, blessed, honored, and gifted to have as many friends as I do, and try to help all the friends that I can help, and just try to learn, build, and grow with them. Because every single day which I go through this, I feel like, God, I asked for this, and I feel like this is definitely God giving me what I asked for, because He knew my passions and He knew what I wanted to do, and He knew I wanted to mentor the youth. And again, I'm still young myself, 19 years old, but at the same time, I still take it as like, thank you, God. It's all God's gift blessing that you put me in a position to, you put the passion within me to, keep on going out there mentoring all the other young kids that are just 3-4 years younger than me. But at the same time, when you start talking certain truths to them, certain wisdom, certain sense, they start looking up to you, better and more. And honestly, that's exactly what I signed up for. That's exactly what I wanted to do and wanted to be, and that's that type of impact that I wanted to have. And that's why I look at all this mentorship stuff as like, this is, again, God giving me exactly what I asked for. He's legitimately, because again, He knew my passions, He knew my ambitions, and He knew that what I wanted to do was help mentor all these young kids, even though they are 3, 4, 5, years younger than me. But this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to mentor people, and not just them, but just mentor anybody I can, and be that big brother, that role model and mentor towards anybody. They don't have to be younger than me. They could be older than me. Just make sure I'm making a positive and immediate impact. God first, one stay unashamed, was better tomorrow for all. If you ask me, you have to put that God first, one stay unashamed part in there. Because if you don't, a lot of people will interpret that whatever way they want to. See, for me, you have to put that God first, one stay unashamed part in there. Because again, all praise to the Most High. As you're gonna hear in another song called "Pride Myself," I pride myself in being God honest and real. One of the top things that I really do pride myself in being every single day is God honest and real. And when you, if you ask me, then when you execute that on a daily basis, probably like not the best, but you do it somewhat to the best of your abilities. God shall honor you, and He shall continuously put things in your way to help continuously teach you, build you, mold you, and grow you into a better person, so you can, again, keep affecting other people in that positive way and keep, again, learning, building, and growing together. So that's legitimately part of my testimonies, which I can keep on preaching day after day after day after day. Because one of the top things I want to do is, again, you think I like reading all these negative comments on greatschools.org for all our schools? No, I do not. But shout out, God bless greatschools.org. They do a great job of organizing all this info. And I mean, legitimately, type in whatever school you want to, or even the school you go to currently now. And I'm not saying all the comments will be updated, because they probably won't. For certain schools, they're not updated. But you can look up whatever school you want on greatschools.org, and you can see all of it laid out. You can see the rating out of 10, and you can just continuously go down the list, and it just, all the info was just layered out and put out there so perfectly, so beautifully and well organized, where it's like, okay, good job. But that's why I've said it before in other videos, even when my hair looked even puffier than it does now, that I'm not afraid to go into any school system and get people, help get people fired. And be like, what do you mean help get people fired? That means if I see that you're not doing your job and you're just letting all this garbage go undetected, like you're legitimately going, you see all this garbage happening and you're just turning blind eyes to it and just accepting that that's just life. There's, again, that's what I mean about I will do what I can to either get you A, suspended, or actually A, a warning, B, suspended, or C, just fired. Because the top reason why supposedly you become an educator in any type of way, whether it's teacher, dean, front office staff, whatever, superintendent, you usually do it because you care about the youth and you want to play a part and help educating the youth. Help making a better tomorrow for the youth. And honestly, I refuse to let people be in there just collecting a paycheck, which I think is legitimately been one of the top things, reason why a lot of people, are even in there to begin with, probably. And or let's say certain people are in there to begin with just to collect the paycheck. Under my administration, and you'd be like, you're going to be a volunteer, not a teacher. Well, or you're going to be a volunteer, maybe a teacher. You're not going to be a superintendent and stuff like that. Trust me, if they let me in the schools as a volunteer, I will do whatever I can to show how much impact a volunteer can have on the education system. Because if you think I am joking when I say that if I see things happening and nobody's taking accountability for them, and people see them happening, and they're just turning blind eyes and just pretending like that's just life and you just have to deal with it. No. Especially bullying. I'm not joking. No school under my direction and jurisdiction of being a volunteer. I will go into whatever school and prove what a volunteer can do. No school under my direction and jurisdiction as a volunteer, teacher, whatever, is going to be a 10 out of 10 school if there are bullying issues. No way, Jose. If I can go to half your classes or most of your classes or all your classes and then most people keep telling me, oh, it's like a prison here and yada, 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 you will not be a 10 out of 10 school. You will not be that. Under my direction and jurisdiction as a volunteer, they probably won't let me in because of me saying stuff like this. But hey, God has his people, and simple as that. God has his people, and I suggest you start believing in karma, because if you don't believe in karma, it will actually, whether you do or not, it pretty much again says that, if you do right by people, right will be done by you. If you do wrong by people, wrong will be done by you. So my point of saying that is, whether you let me in or you let some other parent in or whoever else, trust me, things will be handled accordingly, somehow, some way, sometime, eventually. And certain people will get a warning, be suspended, or see just plain fired. And I will do what I can to help that process be spread, because I'm not going to let anybody working in a school continuously again, there's a lot of good teachers in the faculty and administration and deans out there. Shout out, God bless, and salute to all y'all. But I'm talking about the ones who are bad, who are filthy, who are not doing their jobs whatsoever, and they're just there for a complete paycheck, and they don't care about the well-being of our students. You're not going to be there. If I come to your school, you're not going to be there any longer. Your days are numbered. And the reason why is because I'm telling you, you're not going to, at least under my direction and jurisdiction, you're not going to be there just for a paycheck. You're not going to be there. You're going to be there because you care about these kids. You care about your fellow peers, which you're working with, to help make sure all these kids are getting a good, fair education, and they're enjoying their overall school life. They're enjoying their overall school life. This is my passion. This is my dedication. This is what I, once again, believe in, would die for, and fight for every day of my life, even after I'm dead. Because I'll be doing it in spirit then. Or I'll be doing it in full-time spirit then. But y'all get the points I'm trying to make here. That's why I don't just make songs like die for no good reason. And I don't just say die for in almost every song for no good reason. I love all my friends. I care about all my friends. I would die for all my friends. God first, once and unashamed. I care about the youth. I love the kids. I love my younglings. I care about all my younglings. I love all my younglings. I would die for all my younglings. God first, once and unashamed. God first, Jesus above all, God over everything. That's my faith. Those are my morals. I believe in it. I fight for it. I die for it every single day of my life. That's what's up, people. Again, more of the Viewpoints coming soon. Thank you all for listening, watching, and subscribing. I have a lot more topics to focus on, but thank you all for listening, viewing, watching, subscribing thus far. Again, more music coming soon. Forever Misunderstood album coming soon. Break the Internet album out now. Back to School album coming soon. Love y'all. Take care. Your boy, the man, to the city. Out.